Hola mis amores, welcome back to my channel. This week was interesting on TikTok. Here are 3 stories that I stumbled across that I'll let you know a little bit more about. For this first story, this woman went on a date with a man and the man refused to pay the bill. This is the recording from what transpired, and following up, these are other videos that she posted for further clarification. So this one was pretty interesting. I have a couple opinions on it, but I'll let you see first and then I'll let you know at the end. See you soon.
I think I'm gonna leave, but I need you to pay the bill because I'm not paying the bill.
I can't afford to pay the bill, but I get paid on Friday. I was thinking maybe you just look out this time. I mean, you did ask me to come out to eat.
I didn't ask you. You asked me to come out to eat.
Well, I sat here and pretended
I
cared
awkward.
about what you said for an hour. I think it'd be respectful for you to just pay the bill.
Oh my God. I've never had anyone talk to me like that. I'll pay it just because, you seem like you...
How about you see if your sister can cash app you some money for it?
I'm literally, appalled. I don't, Are you being serious right now?
I'll cover the tip if you want to,
If you have the tip, then, I'm not going to sit here and argue with someone about paying a bill. I'll pay it, but, that's so sad that you would, ask somebody out.
Well, if you'll pay it, then what's the big deal? Now, come over here. Let me feel on it.
Sir, feel on what? What exactly were you trying to feel on? You need to feel on that wallet to find that $100 to pay this bill. Anyway, so this situation, obviously, it hasn't gone super viral, but a lot of people are talking about it. And, there's a lot of mixed opinions. But one thing that a lot of people are talking about is the fact that she is an avid white man dater. She almost only exclusively dates white men, and she also seems to have a preference for white people in general, including from her own audience. So even though this is not a reason to go on a terrible date, I will say that it always seems like people who are hyper-focused on race in dating tend to end up with certain types of people. It's almost the same thing as men who always end up dating quote-unquote gold diggers, but actual gold diggers who actually are only dating you exclusively for your money and for the gas that you give them. It seems like people who are very superficial or very hyper-focused on one feature of a person and are only seeking out someone for a certain thing about them, whether it's their skin color or their big old booty or the money in their wallet, you just tend to overlook really important things like character. And she's going to go on to say that she doesn't understand why she attracts certain types of people and she's not that kind of person. And from, her demeanor, unless she's able to fool me, from her demeanor, I can tell that she's a pretty kind, sweet person, but there are definitely some, there's something there where I can see her attracting a certain type of person if you're specifically looking for one feature over something more important like character. Anyways, I'll let her finish and then we'll get on to the next video.
I'm home. Marla's not in the room, so I don't want to talk too loud. But I just want to say this. The only reason why I picked up my camera to film was because he was saying the most heinous shit. And I was like, if I don't record this and I only tell a story time, they will not believe the words that are coming out of this man's mouth. When I tell you, I have never been more mortified in my life. And I've went on some pretty shitty dates. I had to cut out the beginning because I know that if I would have kept the beginning of what he said in that video, it would have caused just a ruckus. It would have caused a lot. And no, I can't post the full video because I literally filmed it on TikTok and then cut it out. So that's the only video that I have of it. But y'all, when I tell y'all what am I don't understand. And the thing about it is they present so well on the dating apps. They look so like put together. And then when I meet them, it's like, how the fuck, like what is happening? I will do a whole story time tomorrow. I just got home. I'm gonna go to bed. Like, but when I tell you I'm so discouraged, like at this point, like I have never felt more discouraged and like more that I want to give up more in my life. Like I'm at the point now where I'm like, I just am gonna grow old and be alone because I attract the most. And I swear I'm not like a person that, I just don't get it, bitch. I don't know why I attract these type of guys. But yeah. I'm just gonna clear up a couple of questions. One, the reason why I decided to just pay all of it was because the server had come around 3 times by this point and we were still arguing. I could tell that the server just wanted to be done. The server wanted to get, the payment and leave. It was about closing time. And so the server was just ready to go. I decided just to pay it because he was not going to pay it. And if he didn't pay his half, even if I would have split it down the middle, it would have been deducted from her bill. She would have had to end up paying for it, essentially. I was kind of okay with paying it because I just feel like it will come back to me in some way, shape, or form. I'm tired of arguing. I need to get back to my son. Like, let's just pay it and I'll just never talk to the man again. Another question I got a lot was how much did I end up paying? It was $100. The bill was $100 and that was including the tip. Another one I got is, why did he randomly mention your sister? Because before that, we were kind of talking about our families. He was telling me that, his dad had a business and I was telling him that like, oh, my sister, works in the technical field. So basically he ended up just using that against me 30 minutes later. And the last one is this a skit? It is not a skit. I do understand how it could seem like a skit because it happens all the time on the internet and we are so desensitized to seeing shit like that we think that like it's not real. But I promise you, I would never wish that upon anybody. And I'm traumatized from that shit. Like I'm literally like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? And then also the very end where he was like, let me touch on it. It ended abruptly like that at the perfect time, honestly, because while he was saying that, he was scooting closer to me. And I was like, back the up. Like, it was like I stopped recording. So I was like, don't come near me. Anyway, I hope that explains everything a little bit better.
This next video is about Ekane. If you're unfamiliar with Ekane, Ekane is a really popular TikTok creator. She makes a lot of wig contents, but we're all really there for her personality. She is so funny, and so raw and so real. And unfortunately, she's going through real problems and real stress with her baby daddy, who is currently withholding her child from her. They are in an on and again, off again abusive relationship. So it's very tumultuous, very stressful, and my heart goes out to her. My prayers go out to her. And I really hope that her situation alleviates because it has been a really long, hard road for her. And, there's just some people that you really want to see win, and it's so hard to see them struggle. My heart goes out to Ekane and to all people who have or are currently experiencing DV. Please, please, please reach out to someone. Try to get help. I know it's hard. Like, one thing that Ekane's story is really shedding light on is how hard it is. How hard it really, really is. It's such a roller coaster of emotions that you're constantly going through. Please make sure to reach out to your family and your friends and your loved ones and make sure they're just doing okay. Because this is hard.
Ekane started having a complete mental breakdown because she talked to her son and Chris is still keeping the kids from her.
The tears is coming, honey. Hey, Minx. I can't hear you.
I've been playing my game.
Just playing your game? Mom miss you so much.
Me too.
You know Mom love you?
Uh-huh.
As long as you know. Miss you so much. Can't wait till you come home. Okay, I'm gonna call you in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Love you. I need to yell, honey. I need to yell. Ah. Ah. I'm fucked up out here, B. This should be enough to never go back. I hate when y'all say that. Shut the hell up. What do you mean this should be enough to never go back? Because I'm crying? You know how many times I done cried and I done tried?
This last video comes from a content creator known as Money Moo. She is actually retelling a story time for someone else, but it is still very interesting. Let's get into it.
All right, say you're 21 years old, you're 7 months pregnant by your high school sweetheart that you've been together with since you were in 10th grade. He's 2 years older than you, so you're 21 and 23 years old. Within like 3 months of your pregnancy, he just says he doesn't want the baby. When this baby was planned, y'all agreed to have this baby, y'all made this baby, y'all lived together, everything. So you're telling him like, no, I'm already 3 months, I didn't heard the baby heartbeat, this, that, and the third, I'm attached to my baby, I'm keeping my baby. So he's like, okay, you keeping your baby, I will leave. He left you the apartment, right? Fast forward 4 months, now you're 7 months pregnant. Your baby daddy randomly just shows up at the apartment. You get home from work one day and he in the kitchen making some food. You're not thinking nothing of it, but you ask him like, where you been, blah, blah, blah. You really don't even care where he been because it's just like you happy to finally see your baby father and your first love. So the day goes on, y'all all fine and dandy, everything's smooth. You cook dinner, y'all watch TV together, y'all end up falling asleep. You wake up in the middle of the night to go pee. You see his phone sitting on the nightstand next to you. So what do? You grab it. You grab his phone thinking like, okay, I'm going to hurry up, go through it, put it back. So you change your case on you put your case on his phone and put his case on your phone and plug it back in so he would think that his phone is still right there if he was to wake up. You go into the bathroom and you pee and you lock the door, you turn on the water and you start going through his phone. You put in the code to his birthday and you start going through the phone. So you're going through the phone, you see messages from girls, you're not really worried about it. Like you don't, like it's not really nothing too serious. Like they just talk and chat and you get what I'm saying? It's nothing that's like sexual in nature. So you start screenshotting all the messages, sending them to yourself and then deleting the messages. Then you come up on a group chat that says bang bros until you go back 5 months prior. You start seeing my shit came back positive. So you like, what came back positive? Everybody else, mine's not positive, mine's not positive. 2 of the other boys in there say mine is positive. So you read up a little more. You find out that your baby daddy and his 4 homeboys that you've been knowing since you were in 10th grade has been sleeping amongst each other and they have HIV. And that is the reason why your baby daddy does not want your baby anymore. So you start throwing up all over the bathroom, screaming, crying. The baby daddy busts in the bathroom, says, what's going on? What's the problem? What's wrong? Are you okay? He looks and he sees his phone in your hand and he breaks your fucking jaw. So you pass out and you wake up a few hours later or a little bit later. Your baby daddy is nowhere to be found and your house is completely trashed. All your baby stuff is cut up. Everything is trashed. It's bad. And now you're almost 8 months pregnant, worried about if you have HIV, worried about if your baby has HIV, and you really have nobody to go to because this man that moved you away from your family, messed up all the ties you have with your family. That's the case of my old classmate, Armani. She wanted me to get on here and shed some light on her story and some awareness. If you are a male who is in that type of stuff, you need to let it be known. You don't just be out here sleeping with anybody and then turn around and go sleep with your girlfriend. I really don't like down low men. And I wouldn't say I don't like gay men because I love them. I do not like down low men. And I honestly don't like gay men who mess with down low men because it's like, you get what I'm saying? But everybody send prayers out to Armani and I'll probably try to get you guys an update in a few months or a few weeks or whatever. All right, y'all, let's clear some things up about Armani's story. I am not Armani. Everyone in the comments is like, oh, girl, this is your story. This is your story. It is not my story. I'm only 21 years old. So if I said in a story that she's 21 years old and she's 7-8 months pregnant, don't y'all think that y'all would see me on here 7-8 months pregnant? I'm confused. And then some people are like, why are you mad because we think it's you? You should have been more specific. I was very specific when I said Armani. If it was my story, I would have said it was my story. Y'all are trying to turn the voice into the victim, and y'all do that all the time when somebody gets on here advocating for somebody, but you're not going to do that with me. Furthermore, you're not going to get mad because I'm telling you I'm not going through something that tragic. I'm not going through it. So it's even more sick that you're mad that I'm not the one that's going through it. And then everybody's getting mad because I don't have every single detail to the story. When this, when that. I told you what she told me. I posted the screenshots and everything. So you can't get mad at me because I don't know every single detail. I'm not 7-8 months pregnant. So I don't know when they do full panel test or this test or that test. I don't know. And then everybody's like, oh, well, why don't she tell her own story? Not everybody does social media, love. That's why she reached out to me and I posted the screenshots. Everybody doesn't do social media. And then it just happened. She has to come to terms with what happened. Maybe one day she will get on here and do a story time. But today she's not doing it. She asked me to do it. To shed light on the situation and let people know, like, this stuff does happen. From what I'm understanding so far, her and the baby are fine. She doesn't have any STDs. I don't think she slept with him after he came home that day. And then everybody's on here victim blaming. Oh, this why it's a 3-month rule. Oh, this, that, and third. Oh, she moved across town country with a man that she isn't married to and planned a baby. Yeah, like people do stuff like that all the time. I don't know what she was going through in her family life, her personal life. I don't know what she was going through. I only know what she told me. Stop getting on this internet acting like you're just so perfect, like you haven't moved or did something for a guy before that you didn't want to do. Stop acting like you just know what guy you're talking to holds history, because you don't. And stop trying to make the voice into the victim. I'm going to say it once, and this is my last time saying it. I am not Armani. The story is not about me. She asked me to tell her story. She doesn't want any help. She doesn't want anything. She has what she needs. She just wants everybody to be made aware that stuff like this goes on. We got to do better as a community, because everybody on there that's victim blaming and trying to make the voice the victim are women. Like, I'm confused. Do better. Thank you. And one last thing. Y'all like, why are you saying her name? The girl's name is not Armani at all. Why would I get on here and say her name when she clearly said, hey, Milan, this is such and such. Please don't say my name.
And that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I have 600 and something followers, and I'm trying to get to 1,000. Please be that one person. You don't gotta watch my content. Just subscribe. Thanks. Bye.